What's up, everyone? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to cover more things that happened on the Jesuit's birthday, September 27th. And we're going to connect it to the Beirut stuff because Israel was attacking Beirut. And we're also going to connect it to Keanu Reeves and the dog star and the dog that died on 9/11 and the One World Trade Center. So let's get into it. First thing we need to remind you guys of is that Sirius, the dog star, equals 95 in gematria. S is the 19th letter, I is the 9th, R is the 18th. You add all those up, it equals 95. Now, in reduction gematria, the name of the star, Alpha Canis Majoris, equals 70. And that connects to the 95 also because in mathematics, number 95 is the 70th composite number. So in both ways, you have this connection with the 95 and Sirius. And in the string of the golden ratio, if you look up and see where the number 911 appears in the golden ratio, it appears at the 95th digit, okay? And I think this is going to be important as we go through, so keep that in mind as we go through this decode. Now, the one dog who supposedly passed away on 9/11 was a K9 unit. You guys get it? K is the 11th letter, 9 is, of course, 9, so you have 11/9, like 9/11. And the dog that supposedly died that day was named Sirius, of course. And you guys can pause and read about the whole thing here, but basically what you need to know is Sirius is super connected to the 9/11 event. Okay, and I just told you that Sirius equals 95, and 9/11 appears at the 95th digit of the golden ratio. Now, this connects us back to the movie The Matrix. And remember, The Matrix, the movie, had a very clear reference to September 11th, 2001, when Neo's passport, Thomas Anderson is what he's known as. He has multiple names, but Thomas Anderson, his passport showed that it would expire on September 11th, 2001, as pictured right there. Now, what's crazy about this is that in that movie, Thomas Anderson, the guy's passport right here, he plays Neo, which is an anagram of the word one, and Neo equals 95. Again, like Sirius, and like 95, the 95th digit of the golden ratio is 911. Not only that, but if you go in reverse gematria, he's also known as the one, and the one equals 95 in reverse, okay? And 9/11 happened on a Tuesday, and the word Tuesday equals 95. Okay, so it all connects to this number 95. And we're going to go once again and show you how the mathematics works. So again, I told you that the word one and the word Neo both equal 95, and the phrase the one equals 95, like Sirius, the dog star. Okay, I forgot to even mention, this is even more obvious because Keanu Reeves, the actor who played Neo, is in a band called Dog Star. Okay, and that's Sirius. And so, with that being said, if you go to the gematria of the actual actor, Keanu Reeves, his name equals 126. And in mathematics, the number 126 is the 95th composite number. So no matter how you look at it, you get back to this number 95. Okay? Now, not only is Keanu Reeves in a band called Dog Star, and he's also connected with the 95 like the Dog Star, well, in his other famous movie, John Wick, the whole movie is about him getting revenge on a mob boss who kills his puppy that's given to him by his wife. Daisy was a beagle puppy given to former hitman John Wick as a present from his late wife, Helen. So again, you have Keanu Reeves. He's in the band Dog Star. He's tied to 9/11, which is tied to the dog Sirius, who died on 9/11. And then he's in the movie John Wick, which is all about him getting revenge for his dead puppy. And So that leads us to present day, the Jesuit order's founding anniversary, 9 of September 27th, 2024, which is the 95 days left in the year. So that's how we get, once again, back to the 95. So on that day, with 95 days left in the year, KEANU Reeves, his city he's born in, Beirut, Lebanon, which equals 95, Beirut, was being bombed and the buildings were collapsing, apartment buildings, just like buildings fell on September 11th. And this happened again on the 95th day of the year in Beirut, which equals 95. They killed Hassan Nasrallah, the Lebanese leader, the Hezbollah leader, and his name. So he dies on the 95 days left in the year. His name equals 95. And again, this happens in the home, the place of the birth of the one, KEANU Reeves. Remember, the one equals 95. Neo equals 95. Okay? And his place he's born equals 95. So this all connects to him. And because remember, what was the whole World Trade Center thing about, guys? It was all about the Muslim world attacking New York. So now we have this connection again of this terrorist group being taken out on the 95 days left in the year. Again, it goes back to the Jesuits. That was their anniversary of their founding. Remember, the Jesuits were created to counter the 95 Theses of Martin Luther. So it all connects back to this number. And the same day that this whole thing was going on in Beirut, Lebanon, there was also Hurricane Helene. And in the English Kubala cipher of Gematria, Helene equals 95, and that was pretty much all happening on the 95 days left in the year, the same day as Beirut. And the story in the news was that a guy and his dog had to be saved out of the water. And again, this connects right back to the dog star and Sirius. They had to be saved out of the water on the day leaving 95 days. Well, technically, I think it was a day before, but it was in the news on the day leaving 95 days in the year, and Hurricane Helene equals 95. Now, that's perfect because this connects right back to John Wick, because the name of the hurricane that was hitting was Helene. And the person who gave John Wick his puppy was his wife, Helen, which essentially is the same name. So how perfect that the same day that Beirut is being bombed, you have Hurricane Helene, which ties back to John Wick, and once again, KEANU Reeves, and him getting a puppy from his wife, Helen. Okay, just perfect. Now, what made it's so special about that day, September 27th, was it happened to fall on the exact lunar count. That means it was exactly 285 lunar phases. Big shout out to Casey Jones Astrology for showing me this, and also a big shout out to Labda 115 for showing me that the 911 digit is 911 is located at the 95th digit. So just have to give my proper shout outs to those two for helping with this slide. So anyways, from 9/11, the actual date, to the September 27th date I've been telling you about, was exactly 285 lunar phases. So exactly 285 full phases of the moon. And that's important because the One World Trade Center that now is located in New York, that replaced these, is located at 285 Fulton. And again, this date that everything went down, September 27th, was exactly 285 lunar phases after the event. And it happened in Beirut, which equals 285. And again, happened on the 95 days left in the year, and 9/11 appears at the 95th digit of the golden ratio. And don't overlook the fact that in Beirut, there was a lot of buildings that collapsed, just like these, okay? Now, let's bring it all together, because KEANU Reeves, he plays the one in the Matrix. And again, on his passport in the Matrix, it says it expires 9/11/01. Okay? And that event tied to KEANU Reeves in the Matrix movie was tied to the building of the One World Trade Center, which connects back to this word one, which equals 95 in Jewish gematria. And again, the one and the One World Trade Center. Do you guys get it? And notice the gematria of his full name, KEANU Charles Reeves, is almost a 3-cipher match to One World Trade Center. Okay? So how perfect. His role in this movie ties to the event that created this One World Trade Center, and he played the one, and his name equals One World Trade Center. Now, let's bring it all together because I told you about the dog on 9/11 named Sirius. I told you about Keanu Reeves playing in the band The Dog Star, and I told you about his connection to the One World Trade Center. But look at the number that all these have in common. Keanu Charles Reeves equals 105. His full name equals 105 in the same cipher as One World Trade Center. And in reverse gematria, Dog Star equals 105. That's the band he's in. That's Sirius, okay? And there was one dog that died on 9/11. That was Sirius. And he was the one in the movie. And then the One World Trade Center came out of that, okay? Now, look at what happens if you add Keanu Charles Reeves, his full name, plus his band name, Dog Star. It equals 105 again, just like all the other ones I just showed you. And if you just take his first and last name, Keanu Reeves, and you add his band, Dog Star, it also equals 105. So no matter how you type in his name with his band, it brings you to the 105. And that brings you back to the Dog Star, which is his band, and his full name, and the One World Trade Center. Okay? So all of this connects perfectly to this narrative of the Dog Star and Keanu Reeves. And again, this connects back to Keanu Reeves and his clear connection with dogs and dog stars and his birth city, which was all being bombed on the 95 days left in the year. So anyways, guys, hopefully this was understandable. Just wanted to put this, there's actually way a lot more to say, but I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So please hit those like buttons. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.